Vince McMahon retires. That is a big topic. It's been a big topic this whole weekend. Say what you want to say about Vince McMahon. I think, especially in the wrestling world, and for those of you that grew up in the Attitude Era, even the golden years, which they call the golden era, the emergence of Hulkamania and WrestleMania. I mean, that was part of our childhood, or even some of us being young adults. It was entertaining. I'd arguably say, outside of Michael Jackson, Vince McMahon is one of the greatest entertainers ever. What? What about Prince? What about Elvis? No. Vince McMahon is an icon. Granted, I'd say, okay, maybe half of America doesn't know who Vince McMahon is. But when you say the name Vince McMahon and it's trending all day, Friday and Saturday, come on. I mean, just think about what he's done. And I'm not saying entertainment-wise, the Vince McMahon character, oh, he was great entertainment. No, when you say sports entertainment, you take away the sports and you put entertainment, we're not even talking about the reality shows like the Tough Enoughs and the E-Hollywood shows with the Divas, or Miz and his wife had a show. Or we're not talking about those as far as entertainment. I'm talking about Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash and Hall and The Rock, Undertaker, Stone Cold, DX, NWO, Andre the Giant, John Cena. And like I said, the WrestleMania. And people can argue NWO. Oh, that was WCW. Excuse me. No one knew anybody. Hogan, Nash, and Hall solidified the WWF. They left the WWF then and went to WCW. Hence, NWO. So get out of here. That was Vince McMahon. Those were his creations. Granted, they had creative and they turned Hogan heel and Nash and Hall. You don't get that without Vince McMahon. Now, if you want to say, Sting, Flair, Luger, Road Warriors, Dusty Rhodes, and the whole Starrcade, WCW, it doesn't hold Vince McMahon's jock in WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Nothing gets past Vince McMahon's desk without him okaying it. Look at The Rock and look at John Cena. Look what they've done. All from Vince McMahon. I worked at an elementary school. The principal had to have an assembly because so many kids were walking around saying suck it and doing the crotch block type thing. They had specials on TV. I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm saying there was an era that Vince McMahon controlled in the late 90s and early 2000s. People trending and putting on their Instagrams, thanks Vince. Vincent Kennedy McMahon got me through my childhood. Nostalgia just went rampant. I'm 54 years old. My kids grew up on that. WrestleMania in the Bay Area? Yeah, we went. Levi Stadium. That was post-Attitude Era. But wrestling has been in my family for years. Before Vince McMahon bought the company, Cow Palace, Ray Stevens, Pat Patterson, Rocky Johnson, Andre the Giant, Haystack Calhoun. These are the guys I went to see. Pre-Vince McMahon, when his dad was here. High school. 83, 84, WrestleMania starts. The emergence of guys like Macho Man. The golden era with Junkyard Dog, Tito Santana, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Killer Bees, the Hart Foundation, the Rockers, and then you get HBK. Undertaker leaves WCW and he was Mean Mark. And look what Vince McMahon did to The Undertaker. All of this. And okay, he retires. I'm not going to get into all the things that go on and the allegations and stuff like that. He retires. And he's not going to be in anything. This is the crazy part about this. He's not going to do anything with creative. He retired. He has nothing to do anything. But do you think for 1 second that Vince McMahon is not going to have input, or people aren't going to contact him and call him and say anything? Just Friday, Brock Lesnar tried to walk out, and apparently people called Vince. He just retired, and you're calling him because Brock doesn't want to go on the show? You think Stephanie and Paul aren't going to call and say, hey, what do you think about this? Can I get your input on this and that? You think Vince isn't going to give him? Oh, well, what I think you should do is he doesn't really strike my fancy. Wow, that's a great idea. You think he's not going to be sitting at home taking calls? Vince McMahon, who's done this his whole life? Yes, he's retired. I guarantee you Triple H and Stephanie are going to have him on speed dial about what direction you want this to go. What do you think about this character? Look at all that he's done. Yes, he's retired, but I wouldn't put it past him if he's just kind of on speed dial. And, from what they say, he doesn't watch wrestling. He doesn't watch matches. He's about business. And as far as like the business aspect of it goes, he's got this other guy, Khan, that's going to be helping Stephanie, I assume. And Triple H is, I guess, in, talent relations or what have you. But Vince McMahon retiring, I was saddened. But I'm not going to be naive and just assume that he's not going to have anything to do with this. Like nothing at all. Like, okay, I'm retiring. I'm not ever going to have any input on anything. But apparently people were trying to call him and reach out to him because they wanted Brock Lesnar to come on SmackDown because he was going to walk out. But yeah, it'll be interesting. This is kind of an end of an era for a lot of people. I don't know that anyone is still going to watch wrestling the same, especially if you're my age, 50 and up. But yeah, leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. It's the Waters Rant.